This is CBC Here and Now.
A tale of two extremes. Highway tickets plunge while highway deaths soar.
Deep down, you know, you've got to face reality. Resettlement is coming.
Another rural community faces extinction.
Gaultois is going to fade.
Well, it was very, very tense.
Trying to get a tow line to a vessel in distress.
Another day, another big snowy cleanup in Labrador, and there's more in the forecast for both Newfoundland and Labrador. The details are coming up.
Our top story tonight, CBC has obtained documents that suggest highway enforcement efforts in August took a sharp dive.
And at the same time, fatalities on our roads jumped.
The backdrop for this, a contingent of police officers was deployed to Labrador because of security concerns involving Muskrat Falls.
Here Now's Terry Roberts is on this story. Terry, what can you tell us?
Well, what I can tell you, Anthony, is that your chances of getting stopped by the police in August appear to have been much lower than in the previous year for the same month. Figures provided by the Department of Justice through an access to information request are startling. In August 2017, the number of tickets was 1,946, on average nearly 63 a day. Compare that to August 2016, 3,324, or 107 tickets every day. That's a drop of 41%. That trend was roughly the same for both the RCMP and the RNC. Now let's look at the drop from July to August this summer. In July, 2,622 tickets. In August, 1,946, a reduction of 26%.
Those are fairly dramatic figures, Terry. Any other numbers stand out for you?
Well, most definitely, Anthony. Let's take a look at speeding tickets. The RCMP issued 436 speeding tickets in August. Last August, 871, a drop of 50%.
So why is this noteworthy?
Well, this decline happened during one of the busiest highway driving months of the year. It's the height of the tourism season. People on the move from major festivals and sporting events and so on. And this apparent reduction in enforcement coincided with a deadly period on our highways. We had 18 deaths in a span of 7 weeks, all beginning in early August. Now, many of these collisions involved multiple fatalities, including one tragedy that claimed the lives of a family of 3 on the Trans-Canada near Bellevue. And finally, there was a large deployment of police officers, mostly RCMP, to Labrador because of security concerns over the controversial Muskrat Falls project. Now, in order to get enough officers, vacations were canceled, units and detachments were stripped of personnel, and sources are telling me that 160 officers were sent to Labrador for weeks on end, at a cost of about $10 million.
So what are the justice officials saying about all this, Terry?
Well, not very much. Justice Minister Andrew Parsons, his office said this is an operational issue, and he directed me to the RCMP and the RNC. But here's what Parsons said in September when I asked him about this.
There was no linkage whatsoever between Muskrat Falls deployment and people being on the ground. In fact, to make up the force that went to Muskrat Falls, we deployed officers from all over this country, from RCMP all over, in fact, members of the RNC. So that is not linked whatsoever.
Now, the RCMP is not confirming whether the reduction in tickets is related to the demand for officers in Labrador, and I tried repeatedly today to get an interview with the RCMP, but with no success. And the RNC called the August numbers an anomaly. Reporting for Here and Now, I'm Terry Roberts.
We'll have a reaction to Terry's exclusive story tomorrow on Here and Now from someone who was in a serious accident and who worries government isn't taking safety concerns to heart. In other news now, the Transportation Safety Board has made several recommendations to make fishing safer after the deaths of 4 men from Shea Heights. They were out in the boat Pop's Pride when it sank off Cape Spear. Here Now's Peter Cowan joins us live. Peter, what do we know about what happened?
Well, Debbie, this was back in September 2016. As you mentioned, there were 4 men who went out on board Pop's Pride to check cod nets. The Transportation Safety Board says the small boat that they were in was swamped as they tried to come back in, loaded down with 4 men, 700 pounds of fish and nets. It happened so fast that the men couldn't call for help. Now, the bodies of Bill Humby and Keith Walsh Jr. were recovered, but Keith Walsh Sr. and Eugene Walsh were never found. The TSB found that there were a number of factors in this accident. For example, they found that the small boats weren't required to have stability tests, and this boat didn't have any buoyancy tanks to keep it afloat even if water got on board. And because it was a weekly quota, there was pressure to go out even though the weather was bad and the seas were high, because the quota resets after a week. And they also weren't required to have an emergency locator beacon. That's something that larger boats are required to have, and it's an issue that investigators have raised as well.
Without that automatic signaling, the individuals would have been in the water with nobody knowing they were there, and therefore nobody starting the search and rendering assistance. This has been an issue the TSB has talked about before.
Now, the Fish Harvesters Safety Association is reviewing this report. Since this accident, smaller vessels like Pop's Pride now have to have those stability tests that I was talking about, but the association says it's going to take more than rules for tragedies like this to be prevented.
Regulatory framework alone is not the answer, always. I mean, we need to have a strong safety culture in the industry that we've made a lot of progress on. But this, again, is a reminder that we have to do more.
DFO said in a statement today that it's reviewing the recommendations. Reporting live for Here and Now, I'm Peter Cowan.
It's such a sad story when that happened.
Really, hopefully some benefit comes out of all of this.
Some safety recommendations at the very least.
They're taking.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned off the top of the show, more digging out in Labrador. We've got some great video to show you a little bit later, but here's actually, that's right off the top. Thank you, Roddy. And this is courtesy of our very own Jacob Barker. You can see a couple of trucks stuck today, and yeah, they're not joking around in Labrador. Winter is underway, and a good, healthy dose of snow there in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 20 centimeters overnight and into this morning. So they're up to 88 centimeters now for the month in November, and if you think that sounds kind of high, it is. Typically in November, about 56 centimeters falls, so already well over that, and still a couple days to go.
Yeah, we're not done.
A little more snow on the way, too.
Wow.
And not just for Newfoundland, not just for Labrador, but for Newfoundland. Let's have a look, and I'll show you first a great picture from Chelsea Bartlett this morning that does show, that snow was a little on the deep side, as Jacob's pictures also showed us. Now, for the island today, we've been seeing some snow along the west coast. Onshore flurries and some streamers here. That continues through the overnight tonight. Could drop 2 to 5 centimeters there. In Labrador, it's been that big system that's been pulling away, and it's off to the south that we're watching for Newfoundland. A system that's going to develop and clip the Avalon tonight, with the possibility of some snow. By the looks of things, it's going to be for the inland and higher elevation areas over the Avalon Wilderness Reserve. Not really much for those of us on the southern shore to Metro. Perhaps a few wet flakes in the mix, maybe enough to dust off the car in the morning. Higher elevations towards the Trans-Canada Highway, back up across Conception Bay North. Also a possibility of, again, a little coating by the time we get to Tuesday morning. It is long gone, but again, the remnants in the mix, and then we to dust off. And then we are looking at a few flurries tomorrow morning still along the west coast. Things quiet down tomorrow. But boy, it's going to be a chilly one. In fact, tomorrow across the board will be the coldest day so far this season. I'll have all those chilly details coming up in a few minutes.
Wednesday, CBC brings you a town hall on resettlement. Some say it's got to happen in a big way. Others say that would be tragic. Join us at the Smallwood Interpretation Centre in Gambo at 7:30 or watch live on CBC NL's Facebook page.
Well, on the one-year anniversary of Jennifer Hillier-Penny's disappearance, police believe the public is withholding information. The Northern Peninsula woman hasn't been seen since November 30th, 2016. Now, the RCMP are asking the public to come forward with what they know. Here Now's Colleen Connors has been following her disappearance since last November, and she's live with us from Corner Brook with more tonight. Colleen?
Well, after a year of investigating, conducting over 100 interviews, the RCMP say that it's now up to you, to the public, to come forward. In a statement they released today, they believe that someone is withholding information about the suspicious disappearance of Jennifer Hillier-Penny. It reads, "We believe there are members of the public who have information about Jennifer's disappearance who, for whatever reason, have not come forward." Now, when asked this afternoon, here's what Singer had to say.
But right now, that would seem to be crucial for you, hoping that someone comes forward.
Absolutely crucial for us.
Now, take a look here. This is where Jennifer was last seen at her ex-husband's house in St. Anthony. She was with her youngest daughter that night. Her purse, her phone, her keys, all left behind in this house. Now, her disappearance was deemed suspicious in December. The police then searched the land and ocean. They used divers and boats, an aircraft. A drug dog was brought in. You know, it was an extensive search, and her family is just trying to cope. But her sister, Yvonne, believes that she was murdered, and her sister's case is not getting enough attention from the police.
RNC in St. John's, I mean, they haven't stopped on Courtney Lake's case, right? I mean, they're out all the time, and I mean, the police is in Corner Brook. I know they come back and forth once in a while, but I mean, Jennifer went missing in St. Anthony. I don't think they did enough searching, you know, and I think they could have done more with that, and I think they should have done more, you know, out and about, more interviews, more maybe, you know, with different sides of the family, and it's just ridiculous.
Now, the family went ahead and conducted their own searches this summer on the land. They did a fundraiser and brought in a searching vessel just earlier this month, but they found nothing. They were searching for Jennifer's body, of course. Yvonne Hillier-Decker is just trying day to day to move on. But she says that no matter what she does, her sister is always the first thing on her mind.
Everything, like her bedroom is just left, just like she left it. The clothes is there, her stand, everything's there, right? You just can't touch it because we got no answers.
Such a difficult thing to hear. Now, the people of St. Anthony and St. Lanier Griquet and her family are getting together for a memorial balloon release this Saturday, December 2nd, for Jennifer. Live in Corner Brook, I'm Colleen Connors for Here and Now.
The Canadian Coast Guard was called this weekend to assist a disabled cargo ship that was loaded with fuel and drifting in rough seas. It happened off Cape St. Mary's near the coast of the Ecological Reserve. The ship had set sail for Romania on Saturday. Shortly after it headed out to sea, its main engine failed. As Chris O'Neill Yates reports, after some tricky towing maneuvers, the ship is now safely docked.
The MV Baby Leon is snugly in port here in Argentia right now, but we all could have been waking up to a very different story this morning. On Saturday, this vessel left port in Argentia, having been here for 3 years. It got 12 kilometers off the coast when it lost its engine power. Apparently, it was switching over from one type of fuel to the other. What happened last night was a miraculous rescue as the vessel came within just over 1 nautical mile from Cape St. Mary's Ecological Reserve. That's home to millions of seabirds, and many of whom overwinter here in this part of the world. Canadian Coast Guard tells us that this was one of the most harrowing rescues it's ever performed.
Very tense in the incident command post. People were doing their very best to make sure that the plan was followed. They're talking about the Cape Shore, Cape St. Mary's, again when the vessel was within 1 to 2 nautical miles. And also people are very passionate about the environment.
So we tried to talk to the crew of the vessel today. I did manage to speak with one person. I called him down. He said he was the cook on the vessel and that everybody else was asleep today. But he said he didn't feel nervous last night, but was very thankful to the Coast Guard.
But the guys here did a good job. They did a good job, yeah.
You mean the Coast Guard?
Yeah.
Apparently, before even leaving port, this vessel had its troubles.
There was an incident where she did impact the docks, and so that'll have to be worked out based on review of the scene and the dock infrastructure itself.
This incident raises a lot of questions. Questions as to whether this vessel was inspected for seaworthiness, whether sea trials had been done. All of these questions have not been answered yet. We're trying to contact the owners who are in Turkey, and as well we've been trying to get in touch with Transport Canada, but so far we don't have any answers to those questions. Chris O'Neill Yates, CBC News, Argentia.
Well, jurors at the Brandon Phillips murder trial won't be back in court until Wednesday afternoon. They were told by the judge this morning that some legal issues have to be dealt with, and that could take the better part of the week. The defense was expected to begin presenting its case this morning, but instead the lawyers and Justice Valerie Marshall will spend the next few days dealing with issues without the jury present. The Crown arrested its first-degree murder case against Phillips on Thursday. This is the 4th week of what is supposed to be a 6-week trial. Several members of Philip's family were in court today, including his mother. Phillips waved and smiled at them as he was taken out of court by the sheriff's officers.
An outside investigator will look into complaints of possible sexual harassment at Memorial University's School of Medicine. The investigation will look at the school's culture and learning environment and how it responds to incidents of sexual harassment and sexual assault. The Dean of Medicine, Margaret Steele, confirmed the investigation in a faculty-wide letter. She says concerns have been brought to her attention and that they may be of sexual nature and may constitute sexual harassment. Steele sent the memo Thursday. She says the concerns include allegations of bullying, intimidation, harassment, and sexual assault. MUN expects to announce the name of the investigator within the next 2 weeks. The number of people living in poverty in this province is on the rise. According to government statistics, 14% of Newfoundlanders and Labradorians were living in poverty in 2015. That's up from 12% in 2012. But at a forum at St. John City Hall over the weekend on Saturday, experts and anti-poverty activists say the numbers don't reflect reality. They say they're seeing more people looking for help than in previous years. Well, pretty good segue in a linked way. Try to do something for people who find themselves in a bit of duress this time of year. We've got our big Feed NL Day coming up on
December the 8th. That's next week from this Friday. And it does help raise money in non-perishable food items in support of the community food share.
7 days later in Labrador, too. Their day is December 15th,
right? That's right, the 15th. You're right.
Mm-hmm. I should have mentioned that in the video. Because, well, I'm trying to think of how to set this video up, but I think it may just speak for itself if you haven't already seen it.
What was I thinking at the time?
That pretty much sums it up.
Have a look.
Bit of fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Ryan Snoddon and the Warm Fronts.
Hello, it's the Snod, your local weather wizard. I'm back with a song, it's hotter than a blizzard. The temps are dropping, my singing is red hot. So stop and listen while I share with you the plot. Last year we raised over 100 grand. We hope we can top it with your helping hand. Friday, December 8th, it's all going down. Better get ready, Feed NL's in your town. Feed NL Day at the CBC. Let's show our province generosity. Feed NL Day at the CBC. Let's show our province generosity. Check out this website for all the information, like when, where, and how you can make a donation. Donate food and money here at CBC, or hit up the Avalon Mall, where you find me. Wrapping gifts from the colleagues, they are just the best, except for Anthony, he makes me stress. My song is almost over, let's end with some advice. Always dress in layers and watch out for black ice. Feed NL Day at the CBC. Let's show our province generosity. Feed NL Day at the CBC. Let's show our province generosity.
Good evening. Welcome to Here and Now. I'm Patricia White.
And I'm Glenn Tilley.
So that's what everybody looked like back then, hey?
Our set from the 70s hasn't changed a bit.
No, it's like a time machine.
Neither has your clothes. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And a shout out to the Arts and Culture Center who hooked us up with the 70s clothes and yeah, all for a good cause, of course.
As you sang to us, you reminded us last year, $109,000.
Thanks to you.
5,000 kilos of food.
Yep.
So if you want to make a donation online, CBC NL or any RBC location in the province, that's up until January 6th. We head to the south coast where the tiny community of Gaultois is struggling to stay alive.
Welcome back to Here Now. Tonight, we once again shine a spotlight on the challenges facing our remote and isolated communities.
Our focus this time, Gaultois, accessible only by boat or helicopter.
It's in Hermitage Bay on the province's south coast. Let's set the scene by taking you back nearly 30 years to a phone call that changed everything.
I don't have any good news for you this morning, sir. As of 8 o'clock last evening, we struck a deal with the province where by today we would announce the closure of the plant in Gaultois for May of 1991.
Mayor Roy Ingram, and on the other end of the line, Vic Young, former CEO of Fishery Products International.
And CBC was there when the axe fell, and then scenes like this followed.
Let's get up and stand up and speak. Tell how we really feel. Tell how we're really hurted. How our hearts have been torn apart today by the announcement of our Gaultois plant is not going to open.
Well, fast forward to today, 80% of the population has disappeared since that fateful phone call.
Another dramatic and sobering example of the decline of some of our rural communities. Here Now's Terry Roberts brings you this look at Gaultois.
A new day in Gaultois. If you're one of a handful of men who work in aquaculture here, you're already on the water. But most times, it's eerily quiet. That's because Gaultois is not what it used to be.
This empty fish plant used to be the heartbeat of this town. Year-round jobs, supporting what was a bustling community.
Now it's decaying. A waterfront dinosaur. A generation ago, nearly 600 called this place home. Once a destination for those resettling from other communities. It's now a different story. About 100 people left. Mostly seniors like this man, Earl Kendall. Wife long deceased. 4 children with lives elsewhere.
Gaultois is still a knit community, you know. It's still home, still friendly.
Kendall is a lay minister at the Anglican Church to a shrinking congregation. He's a throwback to another era. Never owned a vehicle, walks wherever he goes. The man to call if your washer breaks down. Knows he's a dying breed, just like his community.
Deep down, you know, you've got to face reality because it's resettlement is coming. You know, it may not be now, but somewhere down the road, I may live to see it. But Gaultois is going to fade. It's going to be phased out.
Weeks back, the Catholic Church was beat down. This bare rock exposed to sunlight for the first time in more than a century. There's no obvious successor for Earl Kendall. So does the same fate await St. Luke's?
That's $1 million question. I just can't say. I don't know.
Almost everywhere you turn, empty homes. Families scattered. Owners passed on. Homes selling for less than the price of a small car. The school, less than 20 students. But no complaints from the young people.
You got like a lot of nice people here, a lot of good friends, places to go, some stuff to do. We got a school and everything, that's good.
There's not like much to do, but like it's free and you can just go wherever you want. There's not much like sports and stuff, but like it's still like fun to be around.
The only population multiplying here, the feline kind. A perfect storm of bad luck for Gaultois.
I can't say giving up, but I haven't got much pride into it now.
And the man who took that call from Vic Young all those years ago, he's still here part of the year. But the fight has long since gone out of him. Roy Ingram came here from the resettled community of Pickery. It's now a ghost town. He feels Gaultois will suffer the same fate.
It's sad, but there's not much you can do about it. And it's costing the government a lot of money to keep this going.
Ingram plans to leave soon, for good, further eroding the shaky foundation that's keeping Gaultois afloat.
It's a dying community right now.
And this woman?
I'm very urgent to hear that our community is going to die.
She left years ago, taking 5 children with her, closing her 2 businesses. Now she's here in St. Albans, not far from her roots. She remembers her final walk to the ferry.
I saw my friend looking out of the window, and when she saw me look up, she backed off. When she backed off, I started to cry, and I just walked down the road and got aboard the boat, but it was very difficult.
Northcott has no regrets about leaving Gaultois, and she believes it's time for those left behind to follow the lead of those who have gone.
If they get financial help, I think that, it's time for people in Gaultois to realize that, even though it's their home, and to realize that, they can do better medically, financially, but the unknown is the scary part.
These are uncertain times for many here. The final march to the ferry is a familiar one. And this man has had a front row seat to the exodus. He moved back to Gaultois 4 years ago to work on the ferry, but retirement is beckoning. After that, he's gone.
I don't plan on staying here. I'm moving out when I retire. Oh yeah, just temporary. It's too slow paced.
6 kilometers of ocean between Gaultois, the dock and Hermitage, and the world beyond. It makes this place very distinct. But it might just be the factor that leads to its demise. Terry Roberts, CBC News, Gaultois.
It's a beautiful spot, but such a feeling of inevitability about what's happening there.
Yeah, and the uncertainty is palpable there. Now tomorrow, Terry's going to have part 2 of a Rethinking Resettlement, and he's going to introduce you to the woman hoping to save Gaultois from extinction. Too close for comfort, this disabled cargo vessel full of tons of fuel drifted dangerously near an ecological reserve before the Coast Guard came to the rescue. Well, just have a look at that picture.
Beautiful sky, sort of a purple theme given your outfit.
Yeah.
Ms. Cooper, that's beautiful.
Sent to us by Maxine Miller. A picture was taken in Holyrood on Thursday morning. She posted that to my Facebook page. That and so many others are found there.
Am I going to put you on the spot? What kind of clouds are those?
Oh, definitely a little bit of stratus clouds there. Nice little stratus deck there. Then the sun just beaming off those. So
gorgeous,
good.
Gorgeous. Thanks.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay. So not bad to start today. Mild, but temps have kind of been doing this across the island, and that's the theme for tomorrow. And what I teased off the top of the show is tomorrow will be the widespread, the coldest day so far this season, as Old Man Winter slowly but surely tries to get his foot in the door. Have a look at your highs today. Note the 7-8 degree temps across the island. Now take a look at your current temps. We've really fallen off. -2 in Corner Brook. +2 in St. John's, -13 in Labrador City. And this is what it feels like if you're walking the dog in the next little bit. You're really going to want to bundle up. -6 and 8 along the west coast, to feeling more like -22 in Labrador City right now. And there's some pretty gusty winds across the big land right now as well. Gusts near 70 kilometers per hour, Nain back through Makovic this afternoon, though those winds have been easing off. Watching our next system just starting to approach with the radar here south of the Avalon. We'll talk about that in a minute. And there's those onshore flurries, which have been rolling in along the west coast for this afternoon and will continue to do so this evening and into the overnight, and could drop 2 to 5 centimeters. Our low is taking off to the north, and so things will calm down through the day on Tuesday. Also watching this new low developing south of the island right now. It's a weak one, and it's going to be tracking mainly offshore, and the models have been kind of shuffling with it. The latest ideas are that it'll be further offshore, but close enough that it may drop a trace to as much as 1 centimeter or 2. Best chance for inland and higher elevations of the Avalon over the eastern half, including Metro, by tomorrow morning. Enough to dust off the car. That's about it. Perhaps making the roads a little on the damp side to start tomorrow morning with temperatures around -1. Just be mindful. Now, as we take a look at your 11 p.m. snapshot, there are those onshore flurries that continue through most of tonight. Winds in from the northwest tomorrow morning, easing as we work throughout the morning, will be those flurries. So still on the menu to start, though. -6 Corner Brook, Grand Falls, Windsor. St. John's starting, as I mentioned, near -1, -17 in Labrador City. Labrador will be quiet to start tomorrow, but not finishing that way in the west. And there, again, you can see through the day tomorrow, winds continue in from the northwest. Some gusts in the 40, maybe 50 kilometer per hour range. Bonavista back towards the Bay of Exploits tomorrow. And so, bit of a wind chill factor. We'll talk about that in just a moment. There are your temperatures tomorrow. Near or below freezing. Coldest temps, obviously, for the northwest half of the island in those brisk onshore winds, and as we look towards Labrador, -4 and 3 in the southeast to -10 with that snow rolling into Labrador City into the afternoon. Wind chill outlook tomorrow morning into the minus double digits for most of us into the afternoon, still into the minus double digits for Corner Brook in the west, -24 all day, that wind chill into the -20s in Labrador. Now, our next system then rolls across the island in Labrador through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, the snow pushing into central parts of Newfoundland. We're looking at a trace to a couple centimeters possible here, maybe as much as 5 in the higher elevations of the northwest and 5 to 10 for the northern peninsula and across southeastern Labrador, where I think the 5 to 10 potential's there as well. By the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, you can see where that rain is starting to edge into central parts of Newfoundland. Eastern Newfoundland will stay dry on Wednesday until the evening when that system finally shoots through. And you can see where the higher elevations will likely mix with snow for most of the day in the west, staying below freezing with that snow edging out late day Wednesday. We'll talk more about your Thursday, Friday, and beyond coming up in a few minutes. Debbie?
Thanks, Ryan. Well, as we reported, an environmental disaster was averted when a disabled cargo ship was safely towed back to port in Argentia this morning. The baby Leon set out for Romania Saturday, but quickly ran into trouble when its engine failed about 12 kilometers from land. The Canadian Coast Guard played a major role in the rescue. I spoke with Larry Cran at Coast Guard's Environmental Response Depot. So Larry Cran, when did you realize the severity of the situation?
So it would have been early Sunday morning when we got a call at MCTS, and the Canadian Coast Guard was notified that the motor vessel Baby Leon had main engine trouble. So we were notified right away, and we contacted the owner to find out what their plan was to deal with the vessel. They had chartered a tug out of Placentia, the Beverly M, to go and secure a line. The Canadian Coast Guard was concerned, looking at the severity of the incident and where the vessel was to, or close proximity to Cape St. Mary's. So we also chartered a tug out of Placentia Bay as well. The Placentia Hope came with assistance from us. We also had our vessel, the Sir William Alexander, en route as well.
So how severe were the conditions? You've got this disabled vessel that is loaded with fuel, and what were the seas like?
Well, at the time we were looking at 3 to 4 meter seas with 35 to 40 knots of wind, and was very critical that we get a tug on the vessel to stop it from going ashore, especially when you look at the sensitivities around the Cape. Very challenging, but again, when you look at it, we have one tug, so the Coast Guard want to make sure that we had a backup plan if that plan failed. So again, we wanted to make sure the Placentia Hope was en route, and the Canadian Coast Guard ship, the Sir William Alexander. So you can understand that when you have sea states trying to attach a line, a tow line to a vessel in those sea conditions, very challenging, and safety is the utmost importance, and the security of the people that's on board, the crew and the vessel. So the first tug that got alongside would have been the Beverly M. She secured, tried to get a tow line attached on several occasions. In the sea conditions, the tow line parted and the vessel started to get closer to the shoreline. Very, very challenging conditions. We were very concerned from the Coast Guard's perspective. Then we issued a notice to the other tug, the Placentia Hope, that we wanted them to get alongside and make sure that we had the vessel secured. So you can understand that with the close proximity, how important it was to get a tow line attached to keep the vessel from going ashore.
And that was successful?
Absolutely. So finally the Placentia Hope got a tow line attached to the vessel. Then they proceeded to the port of Argentia.
Now, I understand that your Coast Guard vessel actually got between the disabled freighter and the shoreline near Cape St. Mary's. It was only, what, 1 nautical mile. I mean, you must have been sweating bullets at the potential environmental disaster.
There was a lot of people very concerned, and again, in those sea conditions, you can understand that the pressure that's on the masters of the vessels as well as the Coast Guard ships to make sure they got a line secured, especially to keep the vessel off the shoreline.
How tense did it get?
Well, it was very, very tense in the incident command post. People were doing their very best to make sure that the plan was followed, to make sure that they were following the procedures. But you can understand how important it was. You're talking about the Cape Shore, Cape St. Mary's. Again, when the vessel was within 1 to 2 nautical miles, the pressure that was on the tug companies to actually get a line secured. And also, people are very passionate about the environment. Canadian Coast Guard takes these incidents very, very seriously. And we try to do our very best and making sure that we're following our procedures, especially around safety and protection of the marine environment.
So are you breathing a sigh of relief today?
Absolutely, and I mean, it was a fabulous job. The vessel is now secured and the marine environment is protected, and more importantly, the crew is safe in the port of Argentia.
Larry Cran, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awareness isn't enough.
Trying to find a way to stop violence against women and girls. Welcome back to Here and Now. For the 8th year, families of victims of domestic violence gathered to launch the Purple Ribbon campaign. For the family of Julianne Hibbs, a victim in a double murder-suicide, it was a chance to make a plea to the government to take stronger action against violence. Here Now's Carolyn Stokes reports.
Julianne's Rock.
Debbie Hibbs shows the audience a stone that belonged to her daughter, who was shot to death along with her fiancé in a double murder-suicide 4 years ago. On the rock, Julianne wrote 2 words:
strength and courage.
Hibbs says carrying that rock gives her the strength and courage to fight for action and change. That's why she's speaking at this Purple Ribbon campaign ceremony to raise awareness about domestic violence.
Awareness isn't enough.
Hibbs wants action from government. She and other advocacy groups have been calling for a task force on gender-based violence. What they got is a committee.
They don't work. Some do very little.
There's no quick fix to this issue. There's a lot of community leaders on this committee.
But for the Hibbs family, only a task force will have the teeth needed to change laws.
Provide, financial areas where they can get a lot more things done in this. Not just find out, well, why is this happening, but do something about it. We all know why it's happening.
Since our ceremony last year, how many young girls and women have been added to the list of murdered and missing Indigenous and non-Indigenous women? Courtney Lake and Rihanna Gorwashki were among the added names to the list this year. Now, in the past couple of weeks, one more name has been added: Victoria Head, found murdered in St. John's. That's 3 women murdered in the last 6 months.
An ever-growing list of suffering as the search for solutions continues. Carolyn Stokes, CBC News, St. John's.
New long-term care centres will open in central Newfoundland within 4 years, and the province announced today that it will use public-private partnerships to build the facilities. Grand Falls, Windsor and Gander are both getting new centres. The buildings will have space for 60 beds each. The existing long-term care homes in both towns will also remain open. Premier Dwight Ball says the public-private partnership will mean taxpayers get the best value for their dollar.
This Newfoundland artist has his work on display in New York City thanks to some photographs in the archives of the Smithsonian Institute.
Jordan Bennett is Mi'kmaq and originally from Stephenville Crossing. He was asked to be part of an exhibition at the Smithsonian, and as such, he delved into the archives there.
And he says when he searched the words Mi'kmaq and Newfoundland together, up came some old photographs, and it turns out the picture was of his friend's great-great-uncle, John Nick Jador.
Okay, here is your young athlete of the day. This is 8-year-old Fox Lace of Mount Pearl. Fox has been playing hockey for the past 4 years.
And he's an Adam player with the Adam Knights. His favorite position, center, fast guy. And during the off-season, he loves to play soccer.
Way to go, Fox. You're today's young athlete of the day.
Another beautiful picture. What's this, Ryan?
These are asparagus clouds sent to us from LA Ryan, who snapped this beautiful picture over the metro region last week.
Asparagus?
Asparagus clouds.
Looks like a sketch, a charcoal sketch.
Does.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
That was Labrador on the ground.
And every time somebody sees one, they're always snapping. And what clouds are these? They're kind of rare, but they're very, very cool. Okay, speaking of cool, friends and family in Fort Mac, if you've been talking to them lately, they're probably talking all about the cool weather. Minus 13 there right now, 4 in Calgary. Look at that warm push of air coming up, though, and that big temperature contrast over the interior of the U.S. And that is thanks to our next weather maker, which will be tracking in for us. It's going to be a snow on the leading edge, changing to rain event for us, and we'll time it out for you in just a second. Again, watching a system that's tracking in south of the Avalon right now. We'll be tracking just to the southeast overnight tonight and in through tomorrow morning. And yeah, it could drop a trace to a centimeter or two for inland and higher elevation areas of the eastern half of the Avalon. Looks like the best shot right now. Definitely 2 to 5 centimeters, if not a little bit more, along the west coast areas tonight as those onshore flurries continue. Wind shift to northwesterly tomorrow. That really sets the stage for your Tuesday. Cold. Temps near below freezing on the island with wind chill values in the minus 6 to 12 range generally. In Labrador into the minus teens and even 20s in Lab West, and we'll see that cloud cover build in through the afternoon. Snow on the leading edge of this warm front that pushes across the island. Watch your timeline here. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. This looks like a quick 2 to 5 centimeters possible before the change over to rain, although the higher elevations, the long-range mountains, may pick up 5 to 10 centimeters, and it's a change back to some onshore flurries on the other side of the system, also 5 to 10 centimeters for southeastern parts of Labrador. And then watch this, as the cold front comes through for Thursday morning, we may actually see a bit of snow on the back side of that front. Metro not out of the question for Thursday morning into the noon hour time period as temperatures fall through the day on Thursday. That's something I'm going to be keeping a close eye on over the next 24 hours or so. There's a quick look at those next 3 days. And to give you a little heads up on the setup coming later in the week, we're talking a lot about the blocking high over the last couple of years. Well, this is one of those setups. Check out this big blocking high setting up over Greenland, this low to the south, and another low off to the east, back in, it looks like, through this weekend, and what really looks like a big RDF setup coming Sunday into Monday. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. Friday, Saturday, kind of the calm before that mess. And of course, lots of time to iron that out. We'll be keeping you posted. In Labrador, looking at again that snow Wednesday, another chance of some snow Friday, and then a bit of a calmer period through the weekend.
Thanks very much, Ryan. Now to international news.
Yeah, some big stuff, right?
Yeah, the rumors have been swirling for days, but today Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made it official.
They're going to get married next spring, and shortly after they made the big announcement, they also released their first interview.
An amazing surprise. It was so sweet and natural and very romantic. He got on one knee.
Of course. Was it an instant yes from you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I could barely let you finish proposing. I was like, can I say yes now?
She didn't even let me finish. She said, can I say yes, can I say yes now? And then there was hugs, and I had the ring in my finger, and I was like, can I give you the ring? And she goes, oh yes, the ring. So no, it was a really nice moment. It was just the two of us, and I think I managed to catch her by surprise as well. So.
Yeah. Harry and Markle met in July of 2016 through a friend who set them up on a blind date.
But it wasn't until this September that they made their first public appearance together, and it was in Canada, in Toronto. Markle is a non-traditional royal-to-be. She is an American and a divorcee.
Reviewer picture of the day. Any guesses? Well, the snow's kind of a giveaway that it is in Labrador, but where in Labrador? I'll have the answer after the break.
Welcome back, everyone, and something sparkly to show you.
Absolutely.
Shania Twain left fans screaming for more with her performance at the Grey Cup.
Shania Twain arrived on stage by dog sled, and she sang a 3-song set of some of her hit singles, and this was not her first Grey Cup for Canada's Queen of Country.
Yeah, Twain also performed at the 2002 Grey Cup and at the 2003 Super Bowl. She'll kick off a cross-Canada tour next year. It's great to see her back.
Absolutely.
She's fully recovered by the look of this performance.
Absolutely. A great performance. It was a great game, too. It was a fantastic bit of football and Grey Cup history yesterday. Huge comeback for the Argos, the underdogs.
Yeah. Big fumble.
Huge.
Which set the stage for that comeback.
All I heard was that it was decided in what, the last minute?
Last couple minutes, yeah, last minute, really.
Yeah.
Fumble. It was snowy. It was messy.
Oh, whoever fumbled that must be having a bad day.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, any final guesses?
It's not Ottawa, although that's what Ottawa looked like yesterday. Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good guess, but we're a little bit further north and east of Goose Bay, and we're in Makkovik. And a beautiful, beautiful picture. This was taken a couple of days ago by Joanne Voisey, and that scene would look even snowier after the snow overnight and in through this morning.
Pretty shot, Joanne?
It is gorgeous. Thanks, Joanne. I was commenting that it will stay nice and white there, unlike what we get around here.
Sloppy, slushy, salty mess. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks very
Big
much.
land envy.
Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Good night.